Speaking of the sons of former NFL players, your number 2 corner, Patrick Surtain, the second out of Alabama, is another one of those players, the son of 11-year NFL veteran and 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback, Patrick Surtain, the senior. This is going to be a repeated trend throughout today's discussion, Ike.
So what I got in my notes is just like his daddy. And what I mean by just like his daddy is, one, I got to give a shout out because we from New Orleans. So I got to give a shout out to his dad, Pat Surtain. Two, what I did like about Pat Surtain, the second was every time the ball was in the air, he never panicked. His mind transferred from being a cornerback to a receiver. He's another one of these guys who went the old school ways. So you got two dads who was former players in the NFL. There are two sons on them, or 1 and 2 on my list, and it goes back to the back pedal. And what I mean by backpedaling, y'all can YouTube on what a back pedal should look like and why a back pedal help instead of shuffling. He's another one of those guys, another one of those cornerbacks who's very smooth in the back pedal, very physical too, a sound tackler. He's really not a thumper like J.C. Horn, but he's a sound tackler. You're not going to get away from him. Of course, coming from Alabama, Nick Saban, if it's one position he's going to have right, it's going to be that corner and safety position because that's like one of his favorite positions on the field. So he's just a fundamentally sound guy. Another guy who can read combination routes. And he's very well in the slot. They put him in the slot, he get a lot of picks in the slot. Now he'll come off his man, and instinctively, if he feels the quarterback is throwing to somebody else, he's going to get that. He's going to make that play. So that's what I liked about him. He high point the jump balls. And what I mean by high point the jump balls, he's a combat catcher. And usually when we talk about combat catchers, we talking about receivers who are always covered, but they usually come down with the ball. Pat Surtain, when he was covering, regardless of whether the receiver was jumping with him, he was coming down with the ball. But when you 6'2", 205 and built like how he built running 4.3s, you should be coming down with the ball often.
The highest graded cornerback in college football a season ago and the SEC Defensive Player of the Year